Welcome to the Hardware Asylum Podcast Extras. In this episode, we're going to be playing a few games.
All right, I like games.
I know you like games. We have two games on deck. The first one we're going to be doing is Battlefield 5, the open beta.
Woohoo!
We love Battlefield 5. Well, Darren likes it a little bit more than I do, but I figured since it's in open beta now, we can actually talk about it. We won't have that crazy ray tracing from the RTX, but it still should be good.
Yeah, we can't have everything. And the ray tracing on this really does look gorgeous, especially if you get a chance to look at the comparison videos that are out there. It's probably the first time in a long time, well, maybe since PhysX first came out, that I really felt like a video card is going to make at least a visual, substantial difference in a game.
So let's talk about system specs. What do you need to play Battlefield 5?
Well, surprisingly, the system requirements are not as high as I expected them to be. Especially considering that this is really a next generation game, although it is, I think, maybe an upgrade to the current engine as opposed to a fresh rewrite. So that might be part of the reason.
Yeah, it's still the Frostbite engine that they've just tacked on some stuff too, right?
Yeah, and like a lot of those engines, and the Unity engine's a great example, or even the Unreal engine, they get better and better as they go. So this one still has a little age left in it. Mm-hmm. But the system specs, again, much lower than I expected. Let's see what we got here.
All right, so we got the operating system. They're expecting a 64-bit OS, Windows 7, Windows 8.1, or Windows 10. I would shudder if anyone is still using 8.1 these days.
Oh, yeah, and not having a 64-bit operating system at this point is a little bit silly also.
Yeah.
You definitely need to be listening to our hardware upgrade.
Yeah.
And let us help you out.
Yes. All right. So processor-wise, this is a bit surprising because it looks a little A-weighted, but they have an AMD FX 6350. And if I remember correctly, and somebody can correct me in the comments or whatever, that's that 8-core monster that was like $1,000 long time ago. But that's AM3 Plus long time ago.
Yeah, and that might be the pinnacle of that chipset, but I doubt very much that anybody is still on that processor.
No, but that does set us a bar that's pretty low in the processor range.
Well, even the Intel processor is not that much of a stretch out there.
No, it's a Core i5 6600K. That's a Skylake, and that's the not hyper-threaded version, so it's just 4 cores.
Yeah, and that's a good little processor if you're really on a budget, and kind of comforting that it runs that. How about the memory?
Memory, we only need 8 gigs of RAM, which for textures, that kind of makes sense.
It does.
All right, graphics card. Again, we have AMD and NVIDIA. So on the AMD side, we have the HD 7850 with 2 gigabytes of RAM.
That's not very aggressive.
No, that's super old school, really. And then on the NVIDIA side, we have the GeForce GTX 660.
Oh, those were good processors once.
Yeah, that was, well, once in a while. That was like 3 years ago or something like that. That was a crazy long time ago.
Hey, if you're out there listening to us and you have either one of those video cards, go buy a second one used, because the difference is going to be impressive and very cheap. But those are old. GTX 660 is an old video card.
Yeah. Obviously, we need DirectX 11 and an online connection of 50 or 512 kbits or faster. Obviously, faster is better. And you need 50 gigs of hard drive space. And I did download the open beta off of Origin, and it said it was like 27 gigs. So I'm assuming that extra space is just for caching and saves and stuff.
Well, and the beta doesn't have all the maps in it. And the maps can be relatively large, especially the multi-stage maps. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second.
Yeah. So shall we just get into the game, or do we have anything else to talk about?
Well, I think that it is worth mentioning that Battlefield 5 is one of the first games that's been confirmed to use the new ray tracing that's available in the next generation video cards.
Oh, yeah, the RTX. That was a big thing that we talked about in the last podcast, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And I think
RTX 20 series from NVIDIA.
Yeah, and I'm excited about that. And I think we were talking about this a little bit before the podcast, but this to me is really one of those moments. And I know as a Battlefield player, it's maybe more pronounced for me than for a lot of folks out there. Mm-hmm. But this is really the first time that I can remember since, well, maybe PhysX processing first hit the market, where I've really felt like there was a substantial difference in the way the game was going to look based on which video card you had. But before we continue, I think it's worth mentioning, since we talked about those system requirements, what system we'll be working off of today.
Today we have an 8700K on an Asus motherboard. We're using the Tough Series edition. There is 8 gigs of Guile memory in there, and we have an EVGA 980 Ti running our video that we are going to capture via HDMI into the podcast machine. So we're kind of have 2 systems on our desk now for this particular venture. And of course, if you are listening to us via the video export on the podcast apps, I urge you to go check out hardwareasylum.com and watch the video of us playing this game.
Fantastic. Okay, well, before we begin, just a little background about my Battlefield experience. I am a pretty committed Battlefield player. I play very regularly, more than probably I should some weeks. I am an active admin and a member of Edge Gaming Organization, or EGO, in their Battlefield division, and I'd encourage you, if you're looking for a home, to come game with us. But that being said, I am a former competitive gamer and was a sponsored competitor of AMD, among others, back in the day.
Yeah.
When I used to compete in games as far back as Desert Combat for Battlefield. That's Battlefield 2.
Battlefield 2. Oh, and you did Age of Empires at one point,
Age
right?
of Empires, ladder ranked. I was a competitive ladder ranked player in Quake Arena. And these days, I don't have that much time and energy like I used to be, and I'm just not as twitchy. But I do play fairly regularly. So this will be our experience in Battlefield 5. I did play briefly in the beta, so this is not my first play.
Oh, yeah. Now we got the open beta, which is... What's the difference between the closed and the open beta?
Well, there were 2 closed betas, and I participated in both, although at a very limited. And I really feel like they were balance passes more than anything to get the pacing and the weapons down. So this is their first. We think we've got it right. Now, I will see some of the problems I had with the early beta where the TTK, or time to kill, was a little bit sketchy. It was very difficult sometimes to spot enemies because they have a new spotting. And, of course, we've only seen a handful of the maps.
Okay. Well, let's get into it, and maybe we'll play a good 5-10 minutes, and then we'll move on to our next game.
There you go. So now you are seeing the open beta. The first thing that you need to know is there's this special event going here. That's the shock troops, so we'll be ignoring that.
We'll ignore the shock troops.
That'll get you a dog tag if you win that, but if you're not already doing that, it might be challenging. Grand Operations is probably the most interesting thing to me. They're much longer, multi-stage, multi-day games, and they are really pretty epic, but they're also really lengthy. So I think jumping into that might be challenging. As you can see, they've got a bunch of other news stuff here. But we're going to try to find an open game. So we're just going to go straight into the server browser here. And it's going to try to find us a game. So I'm going to try to find a multiplayer. You can see the different styles here. Oh, I almost forgot. Before we go in, we should probably apply our assignments. This is going to be how you get your additional stuff. So the open beta, of course, is the big one because as it pops up here, you'll see that you can get special dog tags. Woohoo!
Oh, nice.
It's a collectible. Folks like that. And then there's one for each of the 4 classes: Assault, Medic, Recon, and Support. And we'll talk maybe a little bit of that as we play. But Assault is your standard anti-tank. Medic is, of course, exactly like it sounds, the Medic. Recon is your sniper class. And Support is your heavy gun. I'm not a big sniper, so I'm going to skip that one and go to Support, which is normally my favorite class. And you can see that these just give you experience in the game. So from the beta standpoint, at least it gives you an idea of what's coming.
Yeah. And those probably won't carry over to the actual game when it launches, right?
It's likely that those are the entry assignments. They're pretty easy to get, and they'll give you an experience boost.
Gotcha.
And you can see we got a bunch of stuff here. These will give you also experience boosts, your daily orders. So if you do 10 of spot assists or 300 points with an LMG, you're going to get little boosts. Now, at least initially, this will be relatively easy. So think of these as quick starters. When the game actually comes out, these may be harder, but right now they've made them really easy.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump in here and we're going to search for a multiplayer game, and I'm going to probably pause the audio for a second because this might take a couple minutes while we find an open game, but let's give it a shot.
Okay.
So here's the experience you're going to see. It's going to tell us, do we want a conquest? Do we want to control our search? We're just going to go straight to conquest.
Yep.
And it's going to try to find us one right here. You can say games are anticipated to last roughly 30 minutes.
Well, we won't play that all.
We're looking for a larger one right now. The game cycle is only 2 maps, which is kind of a bummer. And when this game releases, it's going to release with we think about 8 maps.
8?
And then, of course, they'll be sending more out. If you buy the premium experience, you'll get lots. Now, here's where the game is loading, and this might take a minute, so I'll just let it roll.
Don't mind the activate windows in the lower right there.
Oh, yeah, this is on one of our lab machines, a test machine.
Yeah.
Now, what you're seeing is it's rolling through all the different little things that will gain us additional experience. And those will rotate. In Battlefield right now, they are daily. And actually, that was pretty quick.
Yeah.
So I'm
Well, there's a lot of people playing, I think.
So I'm going to show you the map. On the left is the British and their permanent spawn points. On the right is the German. Controlling these, of course, will cause points or bleed, if you will. Up here, you can see how many points remain for each team. You will bleed as you control the majority of the items like red does right now. And every time there's a kill also. Now you can see that we are on the blue team because we can spawn at any of these points. And we are getting our butts kicked, it looks like. Here's your squad structure. So I'm going to find a little bit larger squad and join them. And that'll give us more spawn points. This game is designed to be very squad based. So you get bonuses based on helping your teammates out. Now this unit here is taking A, so we'll join him. By default, I'm an assault. So I know it's always a little bit challenging to see a game first person when you're watching somebody else. This is how you'd get additional ammo. Throwing a grenade in there. Upstairs. Oh, and he got me, dang it.
Well, you were kind of standing out in the open.
Yeah. One of the challenges with this game is that the players can't be spotted like in Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 4 or really any of the previous Battlefields.
Oh.
So the spotting mechanism is really different. Now you see I just let myself bleed out there, and I'll show you that again in a minute. So now it has a spawn timer that you're seeing down here. I can cycle through my players.
See what they're doing.
And as soon as I'm able, I'll spawn on one. Now, as an assault, you're really powerful, but you don't have any really abilities to give your player. 2 for pistol. There's my rocket launcher, and then I have dynamite, which is my anti-tank weapon at the moment.
Nice.
Look at that, I earned something already.
Hey.
That's the beta working for you. So we just took E. Now you can see under E there's a little bit of red and a lot of blue. That tells me that there is still a player on this flag, and I suspect he might be upstairs, because I would be.
Yeah, hide from the window.
So we'll clear the upstairs real quick. Oop, they're trying to take it back.
Don't see him.
So there's my teammate. They are going to try to take it back. Now, we should sit up here probably and wait for them to come to us, but that's no fun. There goes one. Did you see him?
Yep.
Now, there's kind of...
There he is.
Yep. I hurt myself a little bit doing that, so let's see if he'll give me some meds.
Probably not.
He probably hasn't noticed that I'm down. Let's see. Oh, there he goes. Gave me some meds. So you saw my player actively received the meds.
Nice.
There's a player down there. Here's how spotting works. See, I put an arrow there, and I'm like, there's something kind of in that general area that you should take a look at.
And since you have the high vantage point, you can pick them off as they're coming in.
Yeah, and that's kind of cool, but it also tells you one distinct disadvantage of the game is that it's very difficult to spot players, and it kind of encourages camping a little bit more than I would like.
Ah, yes, the camping.
So there's a gunfight going on under us, and we're losing it. So he's going to probably come up the stairs any second here.
So just
See how we're camping the stairs? It's kind of boring, but we'll give it a second longer. As an assault player, I want to be making kills. This guy wants to keep me alive. See the X, the blue X on the screen in the bottom left there tells me a player just died there, and he's within at least my hearing. Here they come. See him?
Yep.
Over there.
But I can only spot the area to look. I don't spot the player.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So there's no active tracking, which I guess is World War II appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Get my grenade ready.
So speaking of World War II and the EA games in general, oh, somebody's coming up the stairs here. How is this different from like the 1942 version? Or Is that too long ago for us to know? Oh, good job. Oh,
Oh no, he got me. I was just getting ready to rev my friend. So that's a great answer. This would be World War II. So we have automatic weapons, we have clips, we have scopes, very few bolt action rifles. You'll see Spitfire era airplanes in the air.
yeah.
And the tanks are still relatively neutral. Now this is kind of interesting. We own the 3 back flags.
Oh, that's not bad.
So you've back capped us. Now I'm looking for an order out here because I want to help my team. And see, this little indicator right here tells me that a player is spawning at that location.
Mm-hmm.
If I spawned on my teammates, I give them experience.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
There's a friendly tank. So you were just asking about the tanks. You can get an idea. It's the era of tank right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tanks are, of course, very formidable and relatively difficult to take out. Not very many opponents have anti-tank abilities.
Yeah.
I'm watching my map while I'm driving around here. Oh, hello.
Tank coming.
So let's see if I can get on this tank here.
Yeah.
Throw some dynamite on it. Oh!
Yeah.
And I did not survive long enough to blow it up.
Ah, that's too bad. So the 1942 version of Battlefield was World War II era, and I'm assuming that with this one they just kind of added some of the new features that they've been adding on since like Battlefield 4, for instance, with like spotting and
Yeah. So the spotting's a little sketchy. I'm showing you. I'm getting ready to switch over to a heavy. So these are the weapons I start with.
Mhm.
Each weapon can be customized. So this is where you get the comparisons to Call of Duty. So you
Okay.
can go in here and see. I have some defaults. So I'll put a scope on this thing. And I have not unlocked anything else. And right now there isn't really a lot you can unlock. Now, when you purchase the game, it's going to drop boxes, crates, if you will, which is what is happening
Yeah.
in the game right now. But these crates give you those unlocks and also the ability to, I guess, get costumes.
Oh, like other skins and stuff, right? This is the joke where you could be a clown.
Yeah, so there's a lot of customization. So here I am at the heavy. I'm showing you I have mines. I have a heavy weapon.
Mm-hmm.
The assaults fire the faster machine guns there. You can see why I got killed. This is what I was talking about. You can look around while you're down. I'm being revived here. He was shot, so now I'm bleeding out again.
Yeah.
But I can call for help. Did you hear it?
Yep, I heard.
And nobody's coming.
And you're gonna die.
Critical death. Oh.
Terrible. Terrible.
But look at the graphics on this thing. There's a lot of destructible stuff. And the reason I wanted to show you this particular class is this is the primary builder, the heavy. So if I switch to my toolkit, you can see right there these fortifications I can build.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to put some sandbags up.
So you can kind of rebuild the battlefield as it gets destroyed.
Yeah, I get points for that. So now I'm kind of in this little fortified hole here.
Mm-hmm.
I can put my tripod out and see if their C is being taken. So now I've put a scope on this gun, so I'm looking for something to shoot at. And I see friendlies up there. Oh, there's gunfire that way. Oh, danger.
Wow, he was really difficult to see.
Yep. In fact, I'm glad I have some experience there. I am bleeding out again, so I'm going to look for friendlies. They're behind me, so I'll call to them. Now, in this game, what's different from Battlefield is any player can revive you if they're a medic. But if they're not a medic, you can only be revived by players in your squad.
Oh.
And the revive from a medic will give you health. Everybody else's revive does not do anything for you.
Just kind of brings you back into the frame.
So I wanted to try to show off some vehicles, but we don't have any. This is where the vehicles would spawn. So we have an airplane, which I'm not very good at flying.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 choices, the bomber and the 2 different fighters. The Spitfire, and there's 2 different Spitfires, fighter bomber, the pure fighter, and then the bomber itself, right? And you can kind of see what they do down here.
Oh, nice.
I won't take that away from a player.
Especially since you claim you're not very good.
They are easier to use than the previous ones, but one of the downsides is they almost make them too easy.
Oh, good job. Cool. Well, we'll run through this one until you happen to expire, and then maybe we'll switch to the next game.
So I am throwing ammo because that's the primary role of the supply guy.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
no.
Oh, with a pistol too. Oh, weapons balance. Weapons balance. Come on.
Ah,
That's why the time to death that we talk about, which is the major thing they're working on now. I can see in the bottom right corner. Here comes Flaming Turtles. He's going to try to get me. And he got killed trying to get me.
oh.
So
He meant well.
I bled out.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. This guy here is a camping sniper. So hopefully he's got some skill. Because otherwise, he's not very useful.
Mm.
He's
He's kind of sitting there, isn't he?
waiting for stuff to stop before he shoots it. The sniper rifles, because the scopes are old school, are kind of sketchy. So he is basically a mobile spawn point.
Yeah.
Oh, I just missed that guy. Let's see if I can go get him. Where'd he go? Okay. So I'm throwing ammo at everybody. So I don't have any orders on the board either, which if somebody give me orders, the squad leader there in the bottom left, Flaming Turtles, is my boss.
Mm-hmm.
And he should be giving us orders because that's how you earn
Yeah,
the
like-
advanced weapons now. You can earn V2 rocket strikes, for example, that type of thing, which is another thing that's really reminiscent of Call of Duty.
Oh. So, for instance, Flaming Turtles could say, hey, take out this tank. And
So if he has orders on B right now, everything that I do that's around B, including getting kills on B, would be getting him points and unlocking these weapons.
oh.
Oh, that STG-44 right now is the OP weapon. Every beta seems to have one, right? That just
Oh,
needs
yeah.
to be balanced.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're watching the kill stream, you'll see that almost everybody uses that. I want to show you the medic
All right.
and,
And
then the sniper real quick. I won't last long with these guys. This guy throws medic pouches, has a really high-speed gun, and he can do the full revive, which we'll see if we can get a chance to do. So when you're playing the medic, you don't expect to get a lot of kills. You just kind of want to keep people alive.
Right. And a guy with a pistol just kind of spin around in circles.
Well, that's because some of the pistols are a little OP right now, too. Now, you see down at the bottom corner, I only have so many packs. And then I have to go and re-get both ammo and...
Hey, you got some good kills there.
And your packs, too, are limited. So that right there in front of me is an ammo depot, right? So even the guys that give ammo can run out. And same with medical. And you can see that there's the medical right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just quickly regroup here. So there's a fight going on behind us here. I want to rev this guy, but I don't know if it's safe yet.
Yeah, it is.
So there's a revision. You can also drag people to cover, but I haven't seen a lot of that yet in action.
Doesn't seem to be too needed, really. You were able to revive him rather quickly.
Oh, see, that guy pulled the plug right before I got to him. You have a limited timer, of course.
Yeah. Sometimes it's faster just to bleed out and start over than wait for
Ouch.
someone.
There's the flanking action going on. Okay, so that's the medic.
Hmm,
Now
not
here,
bad.
I'll call for a revive. My friends are close by, so maybe I'll even get one. Hello, Hanzo, I'm right here.
Yeah, he's going to ignore you.
He's going to stand on. He's not a medic, so I don't expect me to be his first thought, but
Mm-hmm.
he could have got me.
Yeah. That's bad teamwork.
And complete squad wipe. We were wiped out.
Oh.
So here's the sniper rifle. Now this set of sniper rifles is kind of sketchy too. I get killed a lot by these. I'll grab the long scope because, of course, sniper's gonna camp.
Campers is what they are. They're all called campers.
And because it's so difficult to spot players in this, and there's so much high ground advantage, as you've already mentioned, snipers really, there's no benefit to not camping, which is kind of odd.
Unless you can't tell who your enemy is.
Well, mine have friendly dudes over them.
Yeah.
No kills, what? I'm a terrible sniper. You can see how hard it is to spot that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's still in there. And I know I heard him, but
Boom, 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 boom.
I should have knifed him. Should have reminded me.
Oh, yeah. We even purposely set your thumb button for that.
It's hard when you're new.
Yeah.
So the sniper has those weapons. You can see I have a spotting scope, but I also have this little brown Betty thing.
Well done. We have
Oh,
taken
yeah.
objective
Nice bomb.
Charlie.
Here I am camping. Snipers are boring. Nothing to see here. And since you can't do long distance spotting, the snipers, they're going a tree. The snipers don't have a lot to do if they don't have any active killing going on,
Oh.
which makes them kind of a real, I don't know, almost a waste of flesh. Oh, there goes an airplane. Oh, and he just lawn darted right into that. That's pretty awesome. So see, I can't give any aid to my friends. I
Yeah.
can't spot for them. And I can't give them any additional advantages. So I'm very dependent on my friends. All I can do is reach out and kill someone, right? So generally, you can see why people camp as snipers, even more so than they did in the old Battlefield games. I want to shoot something, but there's nothing to shoot.
Well, we all know that Darren does not like snipers. He does not like playing a sniper, and he thinks camping is bad.
Camping is bad. Oh, I did get a kill assist on that. Okay, so I think you've seen all the classes.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So things to do, remember with Battlefield, is revive your friends. Look at me. I'm lonely. Please revive me. I'm right here. Hello.
Everybody's running around, not reviving.
Down at the bottom, you can see that my nearest ally is 111 meters away. This camper. Mr. Hanzo, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how he's doing. Look at that. He's got 18 kills.
That's not bad.
I only have 8. But
But he's been camping.
he's been camping. So I'll sit up here and camp with him for a second. We'll see what he sees. Why is this hill so attractive? And this gives you kind of a good idea to see the map. There's a guy bleeding out right there.
Mhm.
Oh, parachuter coming in. It's a big map here. And it really detailed, and most of what you see can be destroyed.
There you go. That's how he got 18 kills.
Yeah, except for I didn't get a kill.
He tried.
Look at how they're coming down the top of that. So I'll mark it, but nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Oh, no, shotgun. That guy just ran up and took his bolt out, which was smart. He probably got tired of that guy camping.
Yep.
Anyway, things about Battlefield. I'm going to go to the overview again. So, of course, like all Battlefields, this is how many lives are left. So we are actually winning this match, even though we have less flags.
Mhm.
We have more points left, which means that our team not very good at taking ground, but we are at least good at killing enemies. So we are ahead in the game a little bit. The flags that we hold here, this is where the order is. So they want us to take F, which nobody's at. That's our optimistic squad leader. Down here's your equipment, and you can see that at least at the beginning you have choices for your grenades. And as things unlock, you'll get a lot more of these if Battlefield has anything to say about it. And unique equipment to go along with these knives and all sorts of gadgets that you got, right? So, oh, I could drop a spawn beacon. That seems useful.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Forgot about that.
Mhm.
Oh, and here's a tank. I guess I will try to show you a tank for a minute.
Oh, no, not the tank.
So here's the tank. Now, I didn't choose a specific tank.
Well, I think it's just the Jallman's Panzer tank.
So see here, I'm in chase view, which makes it a lot easier to drive. These things are a little bit squirrely.
Attention. Objective easy is lost.
Also, it's very difficult to see mines. And Dennis may decide to cut some of this out because it'll be a little bit harder for me to die as a tank here.
Well, maybe.
Well, we'll see.
It is an extra. We try not to edit the extras, by the way.
Mhm. So I'm going to get back in here. You can see how limited my view is, which is why most of us like to play in follow view.
Ah, yes.
So I'm taking B right now.
Just hang out.
There's no action up there.
Lost.
All right, got B. Awesome.
We have now taken objective
Now this
Beta.
particular one has, see, also PDR rounds. Unlike the regular Battlefield games that are out right now, I can also run out of ammo as a tank, which wasn't possible in the old Battlefield games, which means I have to return to one of those boxes too.
Holy cow. Realism. Imagine that.
I know, it's crazy. Now they've gotten around me. You can see flanked on the left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show you some real-time destruction here.
Oh, that's good. Ran over lumber. What'd that lumber do to you, man?
I'm going to go up and show you that you can drive right through a building, which is freaking cool.
All right.
Hopefully I'll survive long enough to get to see here.
Buildings.
You can see it takes a little longer to get up hills.
Taken objective Able.
Don't see any mines out, but they are hard to spot.
I see a building. Oh. Oh, you got a reload time. That's not bad.
Danger, right there.
Oh, he's coming. Got him.
Nice.
Got him. Tanks are deadly, but they are also relatively vulnerable. I think there's a light tank. There he is over there. Mostly because you can't see when they run up on you, so I'm really dependent on my friends to help me out and make sure I'm not getting flanked.
Well, you do have quite a few teammates around you right now, which is good.
So I'm camping a little bit as a tank. I'm running a little low on ammo, and it's showing me where the ammo boxes are. I'm going to go, see that white house on the left? I'm going to go drive right through these guys if they'll let me. Oh, hello. So watch this. This is part of why you want to get Battlefield 5. Rock right through there.
That's cool.
You're gonna be sorry you revved that guy, buddy. Ah, ha, ha. This is my favorite part of driving a tank.
Oh, the White House. You just passed it. Oh, no.
Let's get back in the zone
Come
here.
on, this one isn't destroyed yet. Go through. Go through.
All right, here we go. Hello, JC. Good job.
Soldiers, we are nearly beaten.
That's awesome. Yes.
We've taken objective Charlie, soldiers.
That is why you like the frostbite in right there. Now, if there were a troop in there,
And you would have taken them all out.
see, there's one sitting right on top of me trying to hide. These guys must not have any dynamite on them of any kind, because otherwise they would be making me sorry. I got a little stuck on one wall. You can't always destroy everything.
You know, core support and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know. Otherwise the map would just be flat when you're done, right?
Yep.
That's no fun.
You are doing pretty good as a tanker.
I know, and I haven't actually done that before, which makes me a little happy. Oh, there you go. Bye-bye. See if I can blow this building up on top of him.
There you go.
Oh, see, now I'm out of ammo. Oh, Dennis, I'm out of ammo.
No, no.
There's an ammo box right behind me, though, conveniently.
Yeah, there you go. You just drive over it.
We are losing
I don't know.
objective Charlie.
Looks like you have to hit C or something.
X. There it is.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's timed. Uh-oh.
Oh, somebody blew up.
All right, it's still going. No, there's a guy up there. Bye-bye.
All right, you got a badge or something.
Yeah, well, all right. So see that red building down there? Let's just go ahead and do some damage to it real quick. All right, so I'm going to, in the interest of time here, I'm going to get aggressive. See that big squad? We'll go get him.
Sweet. All right. And then we should probably switch over to our other game that we need to talk about. I suppose we don't need to talk about it. It is kind of fun.
Oh, look at that. I ran one over. That makes me happy.
Hey.
All right, so this is what I really get frustrated by, is when the tank flanks you. So we'll be that guy.
Objective Dog has been lost.
Focus.
There are a couple of them here, so I can't take it alone.
Let's win this war. Watch over there.
He killed my friend. So people can spawn on me, which is kind of difficult to show.
Oh, somebody behind you.
Dynamite thrower. I threw some mines. See the mines?
Yep.
Very difficult to see. Equally difficult to take out.
A couple more people are trying to take out your tank right there.
Yeah, and I am not able to defend myself without help, so I'm gonna
Run away.
just try to.
Oh, he's trying to throw a grenade at you.
Yep. Now I'm gonna try to repair myself,
Objective Baker has been lost.
which takes time. It's a good fight up here.
Well, that part is kind of balanced, isn't it? Oh, there you go. Now you're taking the spawn point.
Yep, getting some good points. Looking for folks to shoot at here. And the tank should be leading the charge like this. Oh, there's the V2 rocket coming in.
Oh,
Wow, that was impressive.
yeah, it was.
That was one of ours because, see, we all got knocked down, but nobody got killed.
Objective Charlie.
So E got taken, but then we lost 3 others, looks like.
Yep, so we'll drop down into F real quick. I'm playing really aggressive, which normally means the tank doesn't live very long, but today I'm having an amazingly sudden good run.
Ooh.
Especially considering I haven't played tanks before.
Yeah, it's beginner's luck.
Yeah, and the match is almost over, as you can see.
Yeah.
Either way.
Beware, we have lost objective.
Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh, look at that. Right there.
Ammo box.
Hello, convenient ammo.
Good work. We have taken
go.
objective Fox.
I'll wait for you to load up shells.
And then we'll go back and chase them back down here. I don't know how much ammo this thing will hold. So I want you guys to kind of pay attention to how pretty the map is here. While I'm playing, it's hard to pay attention, but this is a bay. Battlefield maps have always had this really great background, like you're part of something larger, which is I think what originally drew me to the games. Call of Duty always felt kind of personal and a little twitchy, if you will.
Well, that was also on rails. You could only go in certain areas.
See that other tank up there?
Yeah.
Shit, tank coming. Objective dog is
Oh, did
No.
you say something bad?
He did.
Distract him while my buddy takes him out. Oh, he's running.
So I am amazed at how often the spawn points stay and get lost.
It's pretty fluid, and it's a lot. Whoa! A little bit of physics right there, Dennis. This tank cannot climb the hill.
Nope.
Oh, there he goes. Just needed to hit it right. I want to go kill that tank. Oh, look, he's abandoned it. See on my map, it's empty.
Yep.
He may be out trying to repair it. Oh, I just hit the hill. That's
Yeah,
really
that's,
sad.
that's not good. There it goes.
All right, so I'm watching my shell count here.
Oh, there's somebody in front of you.
I know, and he's just ignoring me, which is sort of interesting, which just kind of shows you how difficult it is to see out of the tank. Players just sort of assume you can't.
Well, that or he was thinking it was his tank, maybe?
Maybe. Okay, so they took E behind us.
Oh, so you need to get to, what is it, F?
C is getting lost. Now the game very close to being over.
Objective Charlie has
Oh,
been
there's an
lost.
enemy car or something we feel in there. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the bullet drop is one of the things that makes the game very realistic and also very frustrating.
There you go, you got another kill. So the experience points you get for a kill, I've noticed some of them are all the way up almost to 200.
Fox has now been
Yeah, it depends on how much damage you do.
So if it's an assisted kill, you won't get that much, but if it's a... There you go.
And I think I'm pretty close to out of shells, and the game is over. So I'll let you see what the victory screen looks like. We won!
Sweet, good job.
So 14-0 is a really close game, actually. That means that 14 kills was the difference between winning and losing on this map.
Not bad.
So best squads here you'll see down here in the ranking, and they were mixed, which is nice. Also
So-
part of the reason why the game is very legit.
Can you pull up the scoreboard?
Yep. So first it's going to give us our stats. Oh, we leveled. Woo, actually a pretty good amount there. And
Nice.
we completed at least one.
Mm-hmm.
So our stats, we had the best kill streak. That's impressive.
Nice.
Our personal scores versus our squad, we were Baker. Here's the scoreboard. So we ended up in 19th. Not bad for playing cold.
Nope.
How'd we do on our assignments? Not so
didn't get any.
good.
Hmm.
And then how'd our companies do? So this is everybody that's in our clan, for lack of a better term, that was playing in this map.
Nice.
So anyway, I'll go ahead and get out of this. And that was Battlefield 5, and you got a chance to see everything but the airplanes. So anyway, I hope you appreciate how pretty it was and got at least a taste for how it plays.